There is a version of what a music career looks like that gets repeated so often by so many people in so many videos and courses and even interviews that it starts to feel like a fact. Work on your craft, release music constantly, build your audience. In the end, if the music is good enough, the industry recognizes you. I want to tell you as clearly as I know that this version is missing something in a way that cost people years. Not because it's wrong exactly, but because it is missing the one piece of information that decides whether anything else works. And that missing piece is what this video is about. Because here's what nobody wants to say out loud. The music industry is not based on fairness of talent. It is not the best music that wins. It is the most clearly placed, most strongly felt, and most impossible to ignore presence that wins. Skill is the entry cost. It gets you in the room, and what happens in the room is a totally different game. Here's how you know that this is true. You have heard music, and you know you have heard it. That was technically amazing, made at a level that most people in the industry would not match, and it went nowhere. And then you have heard music that was simpler, structurally less complex, sound-wise nothing special, and it was everywhere, and it stayed everywhere. If the industry rewarded the skill above everything, that gap would not exist. It would be impossible, but it exists again and again. It has always existed. The answer is not comfortable, but it's useful. Here's what actually changed. The music doesn't build audience anymore, at least not by itself, not without something that was already there to receive it. And what needs to be there to receive it is identity. Not a character, not a brand in the logo and the color sense. Identity. The clear, unmistakable, irreplaceable answer to the question, who's this and why should I care? If that answer is not clear before the music drops, the music lands and drops into nothing. No audience, no people, and no fan base. Not because it's bad or unpolished, because nobody was ready to receive it. There was no identity. So what actually works is three things, and they do not happen one after another. They happen at the same time. The first one is you build the identity before the music is finished. Just like John Summit. John Summit showed up every single day before his song Deep End was released. When Deep End dropped, it was dominated as Beatport's top 1 song for an entire year. The story, the word, and the feeling of what Salt and Chase is that exists and is felt by people before they have heard a single sound I've made. The music then comes into a world already knows what it's proving. The second thing is you make your focus your strategy. Not trying to appeal to the biggest possible audience, but trying to be fully one of a kind, to the most specific possible audience. Because when you try to be for everyone, you become important to no one. The artists with careers that last many years build them by becoming so clearly, truly themselves, that there was no competition. Because you cannot compete with someone who has built a whole world around who they are. They'll always be original. And the third thing, you stop treating content as ads and start treating it like the product itself. It's the thing that recording of the process is not marketing for music. It's a part of what Salt and Chase is. The music will be felt differently, deeper, with more meaning by people who watched this happen than people who found it later. That depth of experience is not something that music alone can do. It needs the story that existed before the music. And that story is being built here. I started this video by telling you the music industry is misleading you. That's not fully true. The music industry is not lying. It's just telling you that the story that makes sense after everything is done, after the career is built from the outside. But it never shows you is what the inside of the build actually looks like. What the order actually is. What you build first and why. That is what this channel is going to be. Subscribe if you want to watch it being built from the inside. In the next video, I'm going to talk about something that almost no one speaks about honestly in this space. The exact reason why most artists, even talented ones, stay completely unseen their whole career. Not because they didn't work hard enough, not because the music wasn't good enough, for a reason that is much simpler and much harder to fix. That's next Friday. Stay close.